So it's time to start communicating what you need so that you can start getting what you want in a relationship. Stop being so polite. Stop being so abrasive. Stop couching your desires. Stop being a bitch. Was that confusing? Well, when it comes to communication, it often is. Whether it's phone, email, text, or in person, there are 5 key elements to communication. Those are attitude, word choice, motivation, timing, and length. So when it comes to attitude, you need to be direct but feminine. That's something that a lot of women have a hard time doing because we feel like if we express our needs, it's a burden. So we compensate by softening what we desire, or we're really aggressive about what we're saying, or we feel like we need to justify what we're saying by talking in stories and lists and circles. And the problem is that creates misconceptions about what you're saying. It makes it confusing, and then you get in a fight. So you want to be assertive, non-apologetic, and direct, but simultaneously sweet and authentic. So word choice: could versus can, would versus will. Could and can seems unattached and weak and non-committal, whereas would and will is a personal request. So for example, if you say to your guy, can you take me to dinner tonight? He might hear, can you afford to take us to dinner tonight? Or are you available to take us to dinner tonight? And he might say, yeah, I can afford it. Or no, I'm not available. He's taking can as being literal, when really what you're saying is, will you take us to dinner? That's the question you want. Will you? Not can you. Can makes him feel trapped. Will makes him feel like, oh, she's saying that she wants to. She's being both direct and vulnerable, and that's very sexy. So when it comes to will, okay, will versus want. Do you want to take me to the movies tonight? Well, he might be like, no, actually, I'd rather just hang out on the sofa. What you want to say is, will you take me to the movies tonight? Then he realizes, oh, there's a desire there. She has a need. She wants to go to the movies tonight. Okay, well, I want to make her happy, so I'm going to take her. But if you say, can you? Then he might say no, and then you feel like you've been rejected, and now your mind is playing tricks on you, right? Now, it's also about motivation. So should versus want. And those aren't word choice things. This is the motivation, okay? Women often talk in a should. We do things because we feel like we should do them, because it's the right thing to do, because we feel like we should be helpful. Men, on the other hand, they offer to do things because they want to do things. So if a guy offers to do something, it's not because he feels like he should do it. It's because he wants to do it. If he offers to do something, say, yes, I would love you to, thank you. And then reward him for the offer by saying, yeah, thank you, that's so sweet of you. Yes, thank you. I'd love it if you would take out the trash or take me to dinner. Timing is also very important. Remember that men aren't known for their multitasking abilities. So don't voice your needs when they're in the midst of doing tons of stuff. Length is really important. Keep it brief, okay? You don't want to be meandering, like going in circles. If you want something, ask it directly. That's how men communicate. Think about how he communicates with you. He's usually direct, right? That's the type of expression that he's expecting back. If you aren't direct, if you are couching it, if you are layering it, if you're justifying it by telling a story around it or telling a list of all of these things, he feels like you're manipulating him. And he feels like, well, maybe she doesn't actually need it because now she's justifying it. Don't tell a story. Just ask for what you need. And make sure to subscribe because I know that you want to see lots more of my videos. And I have a ton where these came from.